Hi folks, welcome to our video on working with a YouTube video background. I'll cover three quick topics with you here, or three quick tips. Number one, changing the background video to your own. Number two, getting rid of the background video, going with a solid color. Or three, going with getting rid of the background video and going with a background image. So let's jump right into this. First of all, we are using a YouTube API loader. It's a script that loads in from YouTube, so we can't use local video or Vimeo or any other sources at this point. YouTube was kind of the best choice for the general audience or the general members because there's better licensing and also a lot more servers. Your video will load a lot quicker from YouTube than your own web server and maybe even from Vimeo. Vimeo has some licensing restrictions where if the video is used on a commercial site, you would have to pay them a monthly licensing fee or a pro account fee, I should say, at least at this point in time. So YouTube doesn't have that. So it was the better option to go with. Now with that said, let's jump right into our website. To change the background video, we just need to go and open up the site, the JavaScript, and the theme init.js file, and we're going to look for, or scroll down to and look for the YouTube background. Okay, it may be at the bottom of the page. It's located in here somewhere, so you may need to scan around a little bit. But what we're going to be doing is changing the video ID. This is the video ID right here. To change the video ID, let's go to YouTube, pull up a different video right here. This is a different video. What we're going to do is simply go to the share. There is the YouTube link right there. As a matter of fact, it's also located right up here at the top of the page in the address bar. We just need this ID right here. So I can even double click on it from the address bar, copy it, go back to Dreamweaver, double click on the existing ID, and paste it in there. And that's it. I'm done. Now it's going to load in that video. Okay, now with that said, let's take a look at something else. What if you don't want a video? Well, your template package may be different than this one. We try to include different options for the index page, but if you don't have that or just want to change the existing page because you've already made a bunch of changes to it, here's how to modify an existing page with the video background. First of all, by getting rid of the video in the background. First thing you need to do is simply open up the page, flip it to code view, and go find the opening body tag, which is right in this example, located right here. Somewhere close to that body tag, there will be an editable region, and in that region will be a div ID with a background video right there. So what we're going to do is just simply remove this div with the ID of background video, and that's it. You're done. Okay, so now the video won't load. And what we have in place is this thing called a background video cover. This is cool because it provides that cover over the video that slowly fades out. The problem is it fades out. And once it fades out, the background color of the body is going to show up or whatnot. So you can actually keep this div class right here and either use it as a background image, or you can use it as a background color. So let's do that. Keeping that in mind, let's leave that here. And let's scroll down to the very bottom of the page, or near the bottom of the page, and we're looking for where our required JS links are, and there is the script right here that loads in or removes the background video cover. It fades it out after a few seconds, and we don't want that anymore. We want to keep that in view. So get rid of this script right here where it says script to script, and it has to say background video cover starting and ending with a script tag. Just delete it. Okay, that's sort of step number one. Then we're going to scroll way back up to the top of the page again, and each index page will typically have an additional style sheet with specific styles just for this page. So we need to look to the current page CSS section, and it's going to tell us index or index 1, 2, 3, or 4. Even though your page may be called index 3, it may not actually be loading the index3.css. It may be loading index 1. It really depends on the template, right? And the package type, and there's a few other things that go into that. So if any confusion, our apologies, but this is why we ask you to take a look at the actual current page CSS and just go and say, okay, so we're actually loading in the site styles pages index.css, and this is where the style for the background video cover is also loaded in. So we can go right into the site, styles, and pages, and there's the index right there, index.css. We'll open that up. The very first thing we happen to see in here is the background video cover. In your style sheet, in your template, it may be located somewhere else in the page. In this example, it's right at the very top, so that's kind of cool. But all you need to do is look for the style of background video cover by sort of, looking up and down. You'll find it eventually. Okay, and right here is the key, the background color. That's where you would change the color. If you don't want to change the color and you want to use an image instead, well, then just use the old CSS. Well, let's wipe out that right there. I'm just going to get rid of the colon, retype in the colon, and then use the URL picker. I'm going to pull this up and go to my, as an example, site themed images and backgrounds section. And let's go with, I'm just going to use the intro background here just to give you an example, but I'm going to select that picture, and there it goes. I mean, you can also, use maybe something out of the sections folder if you have one, or just import your own image into your own folder, go browse to that folder, select your image, and away you go. My only advice here is make sure the image is fairly large. Most monitor resolutions will be well past 1280, 1680, or 1920, so the bigger the picture you work with, the better. If you have something like 800 by 600, it's going to look kind of goofy. So get a big pic in there, get a big background picture in there. As you see, the background pictures we work with are 1920 by 1275 for some of them, right? For others, it's 1680 by 1020 or over 1,000 pixels. So that's how to go and change your background to use a color or use an image. And of course, I didn't even cover that part, but it already has a color right here, the hex color. That's the default, whatever you see there. Just type in your new hex color if you want to. We'll just do the pound color picker and go through and pick the background color that you want for your page, and it'll pop it in there for you automatically. Or just type in the hex color that you want to go with.